Welcome to the drawing board. Today we're going to talk about drawing clouds. Clouds should be pretty simple, right? Something we all done in school. What we're going to do today is transform the basic clouds that we are used to drawing in school and try to make it a little bit more realistic. And what we're used to drawing in school is basically these poofy little things, right? That's the typical type of clouds that we've drawn in school. And, you know, that's okay, but we're going to try to make it look a little bit more realistic by talking about three things today. We're going to talk about the types of clouds, we're going to talk about cloud placement, and we're going to talk about lighting. So first off, we're going to talk about the types of clouds. And we're going to focus on three types. The ones that you're used to seeing, that's called cumulus. The problem with the way we've drawn cumulus is that what we're doing is we're basically drawing little puffs around an oval. That's what we've traditionally been doing. And the way I want you to think about drawing cumulus is I'm gonna draw a horizontal line, and then I'm going to draw varying size circles. And it's good to kind of alternate big and small and big and small. And you could even stack them up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to outline that to give it more of an organic feel. And we could erase some of the and I'll draw another one. Again, just alternating big and small. And I'll explain a little later why we want a flat line at the bottom there. But yeah, that'll give us a slightly more organic looking clouds. The second type of clouds I want to talk about is called stratus. And this is more like a layer cloud. And the way I do this is I have a relatively flat line at the bottom. You might want to give it a little bit of curvature. And then towards the top line, we could give it a little bit more shape. You could even think of it as though you're doing little bubbles again at the top here. The third type of clouds I want to talk about is cirrus. And they are kind of more like wispy clouds. So I like to draw a bunch of lines that they kind of follow, like the airflow. And I try to stay on one side of this line here that I've drawn. Now, this is not the only type of clouds there are. There's overlap, but I think based on these three basic type of clouds, we could build on that. So, you know, between stratus and cumulus, you could have ones that look kind of like a mix between the two. So here I could draw, again, the line and the bubbles. But at the same time, I'm going to let that bottom line run a little bit smoother. have that come across so that it seems like it has that movement of the stratus. And you know, you could build on that. After a while, you don't even need to draw all the bubbles. But yeah, you could build on that. And then you could have cirrus that also look like cumulus. Again, I'm going to draw these little wispy lines that it follow. And then I'm just going to draw little bubbly clouds along here. You may have seen this before. And I'm drawing these kind of according to where they are in elevation. So the cirrus would be higher up in the sky. Cumulus would be lower, would be the kind of clouds that you probably look when you're cloud watching, seeing what it looks like. Yeah, so here are the three types of clouds. Next thing I want to talk about is the placement of clouds. Let's go back to our drawing of these clouds. When you see clouds like this, what you think of is basically the clouds are going side to side, right? And they're kind of flat. They're kind of perpendicular to the direction that we're looking at. If you're looking this way, you know, the clouds is almost perpendicular. But the way we look at clouds, we're usually looking up at the sky, and the clouds is layers floating this way. So instead of looking at clouds moving like this, side to side, we should really be thinking about it like this. So to illustrate that, so if I was a person watching clouds, so instead of looking at a perpendicular layer like this, we should really be thinking about us looking at the clouds as layers like this. So what that translates to, if this is our canvas, we would be looking at a plane kind of like this. And what that means is the clouds that are here at the top are going to look much bigger and spaced a little further apart. And as we gradually get to the back, the layers get closer together and it converges, because all